Creation of the universe according to human theories. Creation of the universe, that is, how our world began. Different experts and scientists have come up with their own ideas. The origin of the universe, where did all the energy and matter come from? How was he born? Because there is no definitive answer to the question of the origin of the universe. So the universe is billions of years old. But here are some important theories put forward by reputable scientists. Big Bang Theory. According to this theory, matter in the universe had a central location, which heated up to billions of degrees and exploded. The explosion shattered all matter and energy into space in the form of fireballs. These pieces of matter slowly cooled down and the universe slowly evolved. From this matter came together galaxies, clusters of galaxies, stars and planets. The force that holds all this matter together is gravity, which is due to the variety of materials present in all material objects. Undoubtedly, this force maintains the shape of the bodies of the entire universe, and brings together the various planets, stars, galaxies, and their clusters. Thus the Big Bang Theory is based on the famous scientist Einstein's theory of addition. That happened about 15 billion years ago today. According to this theory, the universe is constantly expanding and evolving. Our galaxy is about 12 billion years old. The stars of our solar system, the Sun, were born much later, which came into being about 4.5 billion years ago today. Our Earth is younger than the Sun. All the planets in our solar system, including the Earth, came into being when they separated from the Sun. By what process did the planets come into being from the Sun? Different astronomers have come up with their own ideas. Louis Buffon's theory. The famous French scientist Buffon theorized about the beginning of the solar system about 200 years ago today, according to which, about 4.5 billion years ago, a roaming star, which he called a comet, came very close to our Sun. As a result, the two stars collided. After this collision, the orbiting star moved forward on its way, as a result of which the matter scattered in space began to revolve around the Sun in the form of various planets due to the gravity of the Sun, and then when it cools down, and the pieces of matter that were affected by the Sun's gravity began to revolve around it in different orbits. The rest of the matter was lost in space. That is why all the planets in the solar system are orbiting in the direction in which the Sun is revolving around its axis. The theory of Baire-Laplace. After Buffon, in 1789, the famous mathematician Baire-Laplace presented his theory. According to him, a huge ball of matter which he called nebula. It was spinning very fast in space. Its temperature was very high. Gradually, the temperature began to drop. Due to rotation and cooling, its outer surface gradually became thicker and large rings of matter kept coming out, which began to revolve around this large sphere and at the same time constantly shrinking and cooling and took the form of planets. The Sun is the centerpiece of this large sphere nebula in the solar system, which remains the same today. In the beginning all the planets were as hot as the Sun, which got colder with time. Chamberlain and Moulton's theory. According to them, the Sun spewed a large amount of material into space after a certain period of time for a certain reason, until the pieces of matter formed long arms on its surface. Gradually they shrunk and separated from it in the form of round bodies and began to revolve around it. Littleton's theory. According to this theory, the Sun was not alone. There was also a second star with it, when a third star came too close to them, causing a ripple on the surface of the two, causing the circular arms rising from the two stars to meet later. This star went ahead. As the Sun's companion star progressed, so did the parts of its circular arms that prevented the Sun from moving beyond gravity, and began to revolve around it, taking the form of planets. Velocity is also stated when it is said that the third star was 20 times heavier than the Sun and the velocity ratio was 100 miles per second. Raskin's theory. Raskin combined James and Laplace's theory to create a new theory. According to him, a fast-moving star almost came close to breaking. At the same time another star approached it. Thus a great tide of matter formed on the surface of the two. When the two went further, the matter separated and took the form of planets and began to revolve around the Sun.